Hey everyone, welcome back to Northern High 420. Today we're going to do a comparison on the Frolic and the Venty. These are two devices that are pretty similar. They both have LCD screens to set the temperature and both use cooling units. The Storz and Bickel to twist and pull, and I already have that loaded. Single click on the side, then you control the temperature with the button here. And I usually vape on 410. So we'll get that one fired up first. This is definitely a session style vape. So you turn it on, you're not going to hold the button, you're just going to take a couple rips. It's very easy to use. Doesn't really take any coaching. Flavor's pretty good. And it's a nice device for taking out and about because there's not much to worry about. It's nice plastic. I actually think it's a little more pocketable than it looks. We're going to take our first rip. Decent little cloud. Then we're going to turn the Frolic on with 3 clicks. 1, 2, 3. And then with this one, I'm going to use on demand. It does have the ability to do session. I don't find it as good as the on demand feature. I feel that's where it's at with the Frolic. And we're going to take our first rip. About 7 seconds to get to 464. And I do vape on the top temps. And the Venty is at 410, which is also the top temp. And it's ready. More vapor on the Frolic. It's one of the benefits of this. This really hits hard. He's been sitting, so we're going to take another rip off this. Decent little cloud. It's a satisfying vapor. It's not heavy. Pretty smooth, especially with the open airflow. And you can dial in the airflow right here. You have quite a bit of range from pretty closed off to pretty wide open. And I feel like this one has solved a lot of the Bickel tickle issues that you may have seen with the other devices. It's quite good. We're going to take our last rip. Decent cloud. That's probably about done. But yeah, overall, the Venty, good device. I get about 10 bowls out of it. A charge. Single click power on. That the up down button, you can dial in your temps. It only goes up to 410. Hits pretty good. It's not the heaviest hitter. Very smooth, very pocketable, really durable. I know they had the EO4 errors, but I think those have mostly been resolved. Overall, really good vape. I got mine for $3.19, so you can get a pretty good deal on this one. Now let's take a closer look at the Frolic. I'll also use a cooling unit to pull up. And it's right in here where the Venty is a twist. And up here you have a way to cool the vapor. That's actually what this is, a heatsink. And then your airflow dial is right here. So it's actually underneath the mouthpiece. If I pull that off, it's this piece here. And like the Venty, you can close it off or open it up. So very similar as far as function and form, in my opinion. Operations are very, very similar. The benefits of the Frolic is you have more on-demand power and you get extra temp range in the on-demand mode, so you get heavier vapor. But this is the one I use most of the time. If I'm out, it's probably my favorite portable at the moment. We're going to take our last rip. One of the things about the Frolic, it does time out after about 5 minutes. So you do have to turn it back on if you let it sit. And we're going to take our rip now. Watch it heat up. Probably going to be about 5 or 6 seconds on the second time. That's about done on there. Both of them really easy to clean out. Just basically shake them. It's going to be out. Sometimes the Frolic, I have the bud stick to the top of here. But overall, both very similar. I recommend both of these vapes for carries. I like the basically more utilitarian design. It's easier to throw basically anywhere, not worry about scratches, dings, dents, stuff like that, where you do with some of the other ones, which I think makes them less portable. Overall, both have very good battery life, about 10 bowls on this one, about 12 on the Frolic. Hit strength, the Frolic definitely has. The Frolic has better flavor, in my opinion. The Venty is much smoother when it comes to vapor. I find the Frolic pretty smooth. I vape at pretty high temperatures, so take that for what it may. $400 on the Limelight Frolic. The Venty I've seen as low as $3.19. I think you can regularly get this for about $3.39. Both of them are great vapes. Really hard to go wrong with either of these. I would consider these both in the top 5. and they are firmly within my top 5. These are not the ones that are getting shuffled out. So yeah, great devices. I recommend them both. And if you have any questions, put them in the comments and we'll address those. Till next time, see you later.